Hot off the presses, everybody.
Stop the presses!
Hot off the presses. We were downstairs eating a bit of Vegemite before we started recording, as we usually do.
That's all we eat in Australia.
In Australia, that's all we pretty much eat.
That's right.
Disgusting. And we just came across our favourite game, Super Seducer, is having a bit of problems with Sony.
Turns out Sony are banning Super Seducer. It was meant to come out this week on the PSN, and now they've said, nope, that's not happening. They haven't really said why, but it is a bit odd that a Japanese company is banning a dating sim game, because that's kind of their thing.
They love that shit. Okay, so what do we know? What actually do we know?
We know that Super Seducer is one of the worst games ever released.
Best games ever. If you're looking to pick up women, you got to play this game.
It's
because
actually pronounced Whammon.
Whammon, sorry, of course. That's the only way that you can pick up women, to see this guy that looks like Jesus trying to, like, weirdly pick up women. Will the circle... But, totally. I mean, some people out there are watching that, like, with their notepad going, okay, no worries, stand right in front of them and do all the things I shouldn't do.
This guy actually had a Kickstarter that was shut down because it was revealed just like how fucked this guy was. When the game actually came out, lots of people have done a video on this game already and just showcasing how unbelievably bad it is in terms of the advice that it provides, the rejections that the women are providing, like the things that he says to earn those rejections.
Now what you gotta do if you wanna get a kiss is act real smooth and make your move like this.
I'm not trying to fuck you in the arse or anything, just a little kiss.
And also just the way he frames his shots.
Weird.
Clearly surrounded by what I'm gonna guess is hookers. Like, there's just no way
definitely.
These women aren't hookers or pretending to be hookers.
Yeah.
R-E-S-P-C-T, find out what it means to me. R-E-S-P-C-T, take F-T-C-T, suck it to me, suck it to me, suck it to me,
And a lot
or
of
something.
And look, the problem is, I mean, Ralph is a perfect example. He played the game thoroughly.
That's right.
Went out and he was like, "Why aren't I getting any luck here?"
It's because I've got my wedding ring
You know,
still
well,
on. You know?
he's got that.
Damn
on
it!
too.
I'm doing it all wrong.
That's also a problem.
Okay, so we know the game is trash tier garbage. Okay, absolutely awful. One other little blip in this story, which is quite fascinating as well, is that someone put out a video calling it the worst game ever, okay? The creator of the game, who's obviously a very secure, confident individual, very
Mentally stable.
highly stable genius, okay? Came out on Twitter and attacked the person who made this video. They had a to and fro on Twitter, basically, you know, insulting each other. And then the guy who made the video, like, dared him to take it down, like, dared him to issue a DMCA takedown request on YouTube. And so the guy did. And then he said, well, actually, the only reason I did this was because you threatened me, you said I wouldn't do it, and you called me a pussy, so I did it, but I'm putting it straight back up. That's it. That's a true story, by the way. That's how much of an idiot this man is.
Really?
He literally issued a DMCA takedown request on a video because someone dared him to do it, and he did it, and he's like, okay, straight away. The PR company then had to issue a sort of like a response. When I got sent a copy of this game for free, this is a true story.
Shut up.
There was a little disclaimer at the top saying the publisher or the developer grants full rights to be able to critique both the game and the creator without restriction. So they basically said, we realize we fucked up. You can say whatever you like about this game and this guy now. It's all fine.
That's quite rare too. I mean, have you ever seen that before?
I've never seen a situation as bad as this with this
like,
dude. You know
a game that's this bad, and then the PR that is bad. It's like, it's a perfect concoction.
It is.
Everyone's going to buy this game.
Totally.
Everyone is going to buy this game. It's like Shaq Fu #2 when it comes out.
But not people on the PSN, however. It was just announced 20 minutes ago, hot off the presses.
Hot news.
Layman gaming journalism at its best. That the game is being banned on PSN. Sony are not releasing it. They did not say why they're not going to be releasing it. And there's two reasons why. Possible reasons. Number one, the game is garbage. But that can't be
right. That's not going to be why. It's really the second reason. They feel like it might be morally going against their code, which I can understand to an extent. But if we were to go through all the games that they've released on PSN, I'm sure there's some pretty weird shit lurking somewhere. It's only because this game has got so much publicity that I think that PlayStation and Sony feels like they have to take a stand, in my opinion. If it was this under the radar random game that like a bunch of people knew about, PlayStation would be like, yeah, whatever. But because it's so big and because Donkey made a video on it and other people have made a video on it, I think they feel like they need to take a stand here, in my opinion.
I really think there's an interesting question about whether or not Sony has the right to censor a game that it thinks is morally bankrupt. That's a legitimate question. If you're going to have Dead or Alive running around with
I
like
agree.
all of the mams jiggling and jaggling,
Or
right?
Mortal Kombat, for instance, I'm happy
With
for
ultra-violence.
I'm happy for violence to be in video games, but there are some people that think there's no place for that type of violence in video games. Now, there's going to be some people that think there's no place for this, you know, sleazy seduction in video games, but you're right in saying, you know, I'm not sure that Sony should be the one that dictates what the moral compass should be, you know? I think it's like,
I agree.
you know,
Totally
if
agree.
if it's not all out nudity, I mean, there's some parts where he's grabbing his crotch and stuff. It's a bit, you know, it's a bit on the edge.
I like squirrels.
Yeah?
Yeah, and I like nuts. I like,
2319!
Oh shit, what is that?
Did you see that guy's balls?
Yeah, they were weird looking.
But do they have the right?
I personally don't think they do. As much as I think this game is obviously really bad and just fucking gross. Like, the guy is gross and the shit he says is gross and
Yeah.
the setting, everything about it is gross.
weird.
All of that said, I still don't think it should be banned. I think
I
that
agree.
people should have the right to purchase this terrible product. On Steam, there are so many of these disgusting hentai games that you
Yeah.
can buy without restriction, and the world hasn't fallen. Like, everyone's still okay.
I
Like,
think,
it's all
I
fine.
think, yeah, I agree. I think they're actually setting a dangerous precedence here, where they've done this now, and another game that might come out that might, you know, cause a bit of controversy. A lot of people are going to look to them and go, hey, you banned Super Seducer, why aren't you banning this? And then it's going to be this thing where they've always got to, like, hold themselves up to what they've previously done, when in reality, I think they should have done something along the lines of, we don't necessarily, you know, love the content, but we are of the opinion that it should be an open market.
I think there's a way for them to put this game out without promoting it, making sure
Yeah.
that it's sort of more hidden away in the PSN. I think I'd be fine with that.
Even if it's like an age restriction thing.
That's
or-
already a thing.
Okay, well,
That's
yeah,
a thing.
fair enough, but you know what I mean. I think another question is like, what's Microsoft going to do about this?
Yeah.
Is it going onto Xbox? If it is, are they going to feel obligated now to also take a stand, or are they going to take the opposite stand?
You know what they should do? They should make it a first-party exclusive.
Yes!
That'd be the best.
I would buy another
Yeah.
Xbox for that. I'd be
Phil-
like, yes, you guys are back on the map.
Phil Spencer's like, I got an idea, boys.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah. Because they need to like bring back, maybe instead of being like, you know, the dying console, they can be the like the sex
Sleaze
game
bag.
console.
Totally.
You know, and then all the sexy weird games just end up on Xbox.
Oh my god, that'd be the most amazing.
And then you
thing
walk
ever.
into any like game store to buy a console, and you've got to be like really secretive about it. Can I get an Xbox?
You gotta go behind
please?
the curtains. You
Yeah,
know, like-
yeah. Can I have one
And it will,
Xbox, please?
it would immediately solve their Japan problem as well. It would just start selling like hotcakes over there. I think
Yes!
this is the plan. This is a huge
Oh, we didn't-
opportunity.
We didn't think of that.
Xbox tried to seize the day with PUBG, but you were too slow on that one.
Yeah.
The crest had already broken. It's not like that. But Super Seducer, it's at the beginning of its life cycle, Microsoft. Phil Spencer, this is your chance right
Yeah.
here, right now. Make it happen.
Make it happen.
Did you see that guy's balls?